we're going to start with sitting on the floor with legs straight. Just have your hands, I'm going to just turn down so that you can see, have your hands slightly behind you so you can rest. And remember that here we want to develop more than strength or flexibility or anything else. We want to develop awareness of body, awareness of movement, awareness of breath. So we begin by bringing the awareness to the toes. Inhale to stretch the toes towards you. And exhale to point the toes. Do that a couple of times. Now, we're going to inhale, stretch the toes towards you and push the heels out and bring nice and stretched to the ankles. And then point the toes and reach. Exhale. Do that a couple more times. From here, we're going to make circles with the feet. You can use your breath to synchronize with the movement. You can do one breath to do one circle, one inhale and one exhale to do another circle. Or you can do half a circle to inhale, half a circle to exhale. Do a couple more of those. Feel free to close your eyes to develop more awareness. Then we turn to the other side. Circles in the other direction. Now, we're going to lean slightly forward, press your sits bones slightly on the floor and lean your sacrum a little forward. Bring the hands in front. If you find this position difficult, which is very normal, you can take a blanket to sit on, or you can take a brick to sit on the brick. Take one knee to your chest. You can use your hands to bring the knee to your chest. Exhale, extend the leg in front. Do a couple more of those. Inhale to bring the knee to chest. Exhale. Then do the other side. Now, I'm just going to sit on the floor. Feel free to continue to sit on a brick or on a blanket if you need. You're going to take your knee to your chest, either knee, and you're going to roll the leg out, grab your foot, turn the sole of the foot towards the sky and place the sole of the foot on the floor. Bring your heel as close to the groin as you can. If you find this difficult, just have it slightly in front. Energize through your straightened leg. Press the thigh, the shin, and the heel on the floor. Bring your hands behind you and lift your chest. Relax your shoulders down away from your neck. Take a few breaths here. Then walk your hands in front. So remember, if flexibility is something that you lack, feel free to bend your knee a little. Lift your chest and focus on keeping a nice and straight back. Don't worry about going forward down to the floor. You want to reach in this direction, away from you. So I'm just going to bend my knee so that you can see. Nice and tall. Lift your chest, take a deep breath, and exhale. Fold to your maximum capacity. Remember, do not round your back. Also, do not reach your shoulders forward to hug your ears. Keep your shoulders down. Keep your back straight. Keep this leg nice and energized. If your leg is bent, press the heel onto the floor as if you're trying to bring your heel towards your butt. Take a few breaths there. And then as you inhale, slowly come out and extend the leg. Repeat on the other side. Bend your knee. Allow the knee to go to the floor. Grab your foot. Turn the sole of the foot towards the sky and bring the heel towards the floor. Extend the other leg, energize that leg, and turn slightly towards the leg. If you need to bend your knee, bend your knee. Walk your hands forward and keep a nice and long back. I can reach a little further, so I'm going to grab my foot. And then on the inhale, extend And on the exhale, reach forward. Use your arms to pull yourself forward rather than down. Lengthen the back of your neck. Feel free to close your eyes and take a few breaths. And as you inhale, slowly come up. You're going to bend the leg, come into a cross leg position and pass through into your hands and into your hands and knees. Just going to warm up through the spine a couple of times. Feel the movement originating from your hips. As you inhale, you bring your pelvis, your tailbone to point towards the sky. You drop your belly, you drop your chest down and bring the chest through between your arms. Take your chin up. On your exhale, again from your pelvis, tuck your pelvis slightly towards the floor, round your back, engage your butt, engage your abdominal, and relax your head down. Do a few more. Inhale to extend your spine. Exhale to flex. These are called cat cows. This is the cat position, angry cat. This is the cow position, the moo position. Then from a neutral spine, with the toes tucked in, with the arms straight, press firmly through the knuckles, fingertips, and lift your knees, coming to downward facing dog position. We're going to do a few sun salutations. We've done this before in other videos. If you're unsure of how to do them, feel free to see those videos before. Press to the hands and extend the arms. Lift your heels for a moment. Wiggle, wiggle, side to side a few times, or bend your knees alternately. And then press your heels towards the floor. If your heels don't reach the floor, that's fine. Mine don't quite reach either. Extend the arms. Relax your head. Press your shins back, press your thighs back. Take a few deep breaths. For long, deep breathing, we also have a video focused specifically on long, deep breathing. So feel free to watch this video as well. Look to the front of your mat, and as you inhale, step or jump to the front of your mat. Take as many steps as you need. Come halfway up with your chest. Lengthen through the crown of your head. Have a nice and straight back. On your exhale, fold. Bend your knees if you need. And bring the hands, if possible, to the side of your feet. Relax your head. On your inhale, lift halfway up and come all the way up to standing. Arms overhead. And on your exhale, relax your arms, your hands to your chest and your arms by your side. We'll do a few of those. Inhale up, back. Exhale forward. Inhale halfway up. Lengthen through the crown of your head to feel some space coming to your spine. Exhale. Plant your palms. As many steps as you need, or one big step coming to a plank and lower to the floor. Inhale for your cobra, top of the feet. Keep your hips grounded. Lift your chest. Move your shoulders back and the chest through. And exhale. Lift your hips. Tuck your toes. Downward dog. Take one breath here. As you inhale, walk as many steps or take one big step halfway up with your chest. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale up, slightly back. Exhale, fold. Halfway up, inhale. Exhale, plant your palms, step, walk, jump into your plank, down. Use your knees if you need. Coming onto your knees. Cobra, inhale. Downward dog, exhale. Take a deep breath here. Lengthen through the seats. Exhale. Look to the front of your mat, bend your knees. As you inhale, walk, step, or jump. Come halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift all the way up. Arch slightly back. Exhale, fold forward again. One more round. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, plant your palms, walk, step, jump, plank, halfway down or all the way down. For your back bend of your choice, top of the feet on the floor. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a few breaths here. Extend the arms, press the knuckles of your hands, press the fingertips. Slightly rotate your arms so the biceps turn very slightly towards the front of the room, towards the front of your mat. Press the heels to the floor, relax your head. When you inhale, extend your right leg back. Try not to open your hip, at least not for this one, and look for length rather than height. So reach to the heel, take a few breaths here. On your exhale, point your toes, bend your knee, come into your plank, round your back, reach the knee to the chest and step your foot between your hands. If you find this hard, if you can only reach this far, feel free to take your hand and walk it between your hands. From here, bend your back knee so you can rise up into your high lunge. For some people, the pelvis tends to tilt forward, so bending the knee frees your pelvis so you can reach the tailbone down, pubis up. Make sure that your knee is right on top of your ankle. Don't let your knee pop in. Have it right on top of the ankle. Lift your chest, relax your shoulders down, bring the elbows slightly back. And then from there, with a nice and center pelvis, see if you can maybe extend the leg. Take the arms up, inhale, and take a few breaths here. If you want to challenge your balance, take your gaze to the sky. So you exhale, bring your hands to the floor. Lift, step back to downward dog. Inhale, take your left leg up. Reach to the heel and extend through the arms. Relax your neck. You can look to your navel if you want. Take a few breaths. And as you exhale, knee to chest, step your foot. Bend your back leg, come up. Hands to your hips, nice and balanced. Shoulders back, elbows back. Take the arms up, inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath. And exhale. I'm going to take the left leg up and back. Exhale, step it between your hands. Roll your feet so that your toes point to the side of the mat. Bring your hands in front, below your shoulders and lift your chest. Lengthen the back of your neck and have a nice and wide pose. It can be as wide as you want it to be. It can be a little shorter. It can be a little wider. If you have to bend your knees, but try not to pop your knees in. Keep your thighs out. Hold here for a few breaths. And then start to lengthen the back of the legs. Send the sit bones to the sky and keeping a nice and straight back. Lower the crown of the head to the floor. So these will look different for different people. Feel free to stay here. If you can come down, but try not to compromise, rounding the back to reach so that you can try to copy the pose. Rather than copying the pose, try to listen to the instructions. Nice and straight back. You can also take your hands to your ankles to help you stretch a little further. And take your time here. We're going to stay here for a few breaths, for about 4 or 5 breaths. And then slowly as you inhale, come halfway up, bring the hands under your shoulders, go into your fingers, and then turn your left foot out, then come back into downward facing dog. Take a couple of breaths here. On your next inhalation, take your right leg back and up. I'm going to do my left so I don't have to give my back to you. And on your exhale, knee to your chest, round your back, step your foot between your hands. Roll so your toes point out and slowly bring yourself up. Turn your toes out. We're going to sink down towards the floor. Point your toes out as far as it is comfortable for you. You don't have to have toes 100 feet, 180 degrees. Just a little out would do the same, would do as good. Bring your hands to your inner thighs, lift your chest. Now glide your tailbone towards the floor, your pubis up. Take a few breaths here. Now on your inhale, lift your hips. And on your exhale, sink a little further down and press your hands to your inner thighs so that your knees don't pop in and go down a little. We do that about 5 times. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Then as you inhale, slightly lift. Turn your right toes out, bring your right heel back and press back to downward facing dog. Take a few breaths here. Then take your right leg up and back. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bring your knee to chest, step your foot between your hands. Lower your left knee down. Now have your right knee right on top of your ankle and walk your left knee as far back as it is comfortable for you. And then as you inhale, come back, come up. Bring your hands to your hips. Lift your chest. Maybe roll your shoulders a couple of times. Bring your elbows slightly back. Very slightly lift your chin and your chest. With an exhalation, you want to glide your hips diagonally towards the floor to extend. Feel that extension coming on the front of your left thigh and engage your left butt. Engaging your opposite muscles, it will help you release at the front. So if you engage your left butt, the front of your thigh will release a little bit more. And take your arms up. Take a deep breath. So you exhale, interlace your fingers and bring the hands to the back of your neck or to the back of your head. Relax your shoulders and point the elbows slightly out. Lift your chest. Maybe wiggle side to side. Hold here for a few more breaths. As you exhale, bring the hands to the floor and extend your front leg. Lift your foot and come into your heel and sink your butt towards your back heel. Lift your chest. Bring your hands under your shoulders to support or in front to extend a little more and take a few more breaths. Lengthen the back of your neck. Close your eyes. Feel free to close your eyes and breathe. Now on the inhale, come into your front foot again. Lift your chest. And on your exhale, plant your palms and lift for downward facing dog. On the inhale, take the left leg up. Let's do the other side. Exhale, step it between your hands. Lower your knee before coming up. See that your knee is on top of your ankle. Your back knee goes as far back as you comfortably can. Rise up, bring your hands to your hips. Lift your chest, relax your shoulders. Bring your elbows towards each other and slide your hips down to the floor. If your back knee hurts because of the pressure, press a little bit more on your toes so that you can lift a little. Take your arms up. Maybe take your gaze up. Squeeze your right butt and glide your hips forward. Interlace your fingers. Bring the hands to the back of your head. Relax your shoulders. Point the elbows to the sides. Wiggle, wiggle. Chest up, arch slightly back. Take a few breaths here. As you exhale, bring the hands to the floor. Press into the front foot. Bring your hips back. Extend the front leg. Sit towards your heel, towards your back heel. Chest nicely lifting, spine long. Wrinkles off the back of your neck. Breathing smoothly. On the next inhalation, come into the front foot, lift your chest, and on your exhale, come back into downward dog. Take a few breaths here. Feel free to lower to your knees and sit on your heels to rest. Now on the next inhalation, take the left leg up. And as you exhale, knee to chest, step it between your hands. Roll onto the side. Come into a nice and wide stretch. Heel slightly out, toes slightly in. Hands to the heels or hands to the hips. If you have your hands on your hips, lift the elbows, lift your chest, and fold forward. As a variation, you can also extend the Interlace the fingers at the back and extend the arms overhead and fold. Remember to bend your knees. Don't let your knees pop in. Keep the knees out and lift your seats to the sky. Take a few breaths here. And then slowly lift your chest, release your hands to the floor. Now you're going to point the left toes out and we're going to sink towards that left heel. As you sink towards the left heel, you're going to roll on the heel, on the other heel, and so the toes and the knee points up to the sky. So this might look different for different people. For example, you might only be able to reach this far, that's okay. Or you might have to lift your heel, which is okay. Sometimes if the heel is off the floor, it might just be a case of reaching a little further out with your heel. Stay with your hands or your fingers. If you can, lift your chest, bring your palms together in front of your heart. Take a few breaths here. Then release the hands. If you can do it without the hands, then roll and go into the other side. Knee pointing up, toes pointing up. Take a few breaths here. Remember, don't let your knee come in. Press into the ball of the foot and the heel so that the knee goes out. Take a few breaths. Now we're going to do this dynamically about 5-6 times. Hands on the floor or palms to the chest. Inhale, center. Exhale. Inhale, center. Exhale. 1. 2. 3. 4. Remember, you can use your hands. 5. Then roll the foot out, come into your ball, the back foot, downward facing dog. Take a few breaths. Finish with a few poses on the floor. Bend your knees. Feel free to come slowly. I'm just going to jump and cross the legs in the middle of the air. Come to sit. If you find that difficult, you can do one at a time. Point your toes, coming to the top of your foot. Then bring your other shin and coming to sit. Extend the legs in front. Extend the arms in front. Round your back and slowly lower to the floor. Place your hands on the floor. Place your feet on the floor. Take your knees out, bring the soles of the feet to touch. And then relax here. If you feel a lot of stretch coming into your inner thighs, I have 2 breaks here, yoga breaks. You can do anything, you can use anything to help you support your legs so that your legs are not hanging. Having the legs hanging is absolutely okay, as long as they don't hurt. I'm just going to let my legs hang freely here. You can have your hands on your belly, or on your inner thighs, or on the floor. If your arms are on the floor, turn your arms from the top of your shoulders so the palms turn to the sky. Close your eyes and relax. From here, we're going to place the feet on the floor. Take one leg. I'm going to do the right leg. Bring it across all over. Lift your left foot. Take your hands to rearrange your pose. Bring it a little closer in if you can. And then take both hands to grab your shin. My left arm is going to go under the right leg. Clasp. Relax your shoulders and your head down. With an exhalation, slowly unclasp and release. To the other side, bring your left leg on top, cross all the way, lift, arrange, bring your right arm under, clasp at the shin, relax your shoulders down, relax your head down. Take a few deep breaths here. Slowly release your hands, uncross your legs, bend your knees to your chest, press your hands on the floor and extend your legs up to the sky. If you have to have your knees bent, that's absolutely fine. Bring your hands inside to your inner thighs. With an exhalation, take your legs out. Remember, if the knees have to be bent, that's okay. Knees bent is good as well. Just going to straighten through the heels or the toes. Going to relax the shoulders, relax on the floor. Now for about 4 or 5 breaths, I'm going to do opposite forces. So I'm going to press the hands to the inner thighs, and I'm going to do as if like I'm going to try to bring the legs together. But the hands are going to stop me from doing this for 5 breaths. And then when I let go, hopefully, I'm going to be able to stretch just a little more. Then relax your shoulders, your arms, your face. Keep the energy slightly going through, either through the heels or through the toes. Hold for a few more breaths. Maybe see if you can open a little bit more. I'm going to bring the hands to the outside of the thighs, and as you inhale with the support of my arms, I'm going to bring the legs up. On the exhale, bend your knees and place your feet on the floor. Cross your right leg on top of your left, just above your ankle. Take your arms out. Walk your left foot and your hips slightly to the right. Take a deep breath, and as you exhale, keeping the shape of your legs, take your right foot to the floor. Relax your foot, relax your left thigh to the floor. Have your right foot pressing on the floor, and guide your knee so that it points straight to the sky. That might not happen just now, and that's okay. You can let it point in slightly. I'm going to engage slightly, pressing onto the right foot so that the knee points up. Then I'm going to relax here. If you want to have a slightly more energized pose, I'm going to extend through the fingers to reach the sides of the room. Relax your head, close your eyes, and breathe. Then with an inhalation, slowly bring yourself up. And then I'm going to bring the hips back to center. Cross the left leg on top of the right, just above the ankle. Walk the hips slightly to the left. Take a deep breath. And exhale, go all the way to the right. Foot on the floor. Relax the thigh to the floor, the right thigh to the floor. Guide your knees slightly so it points up. And rest. If you want to have a more relaxed type of pose, let your fingers curl naturally into the palm and relax your arms completely. And with an inhalation, bring yourself up. Then both feet on the floor, knees together, lift your knees to your chest, interlace your fingers on top of your shins, and rest here. If you find it hard, just hold the hamstrings. Your thighs want to come closer towards each other. Relax your shoulders to the floor, relax your neck, relax your face. Then take your knees wide, bring your arms between your thighs on top of your shins, lift and reach for the blades of your feet. If you can't reach the blades of your feet, feel free to hold your shins. And then relax your shoulders to the floor and bring the ankles on top of your knees. Energize through your heels, toes down, heels up, knees nice and wide, thighs nice and wide. You can wiggle side to side. Happy baby pose. From here, I'm going to do one side only. So release your left foot to the floor. Bring the other hand to hold your foot. Remember, you can do your shin if you want. Then I'm going to come into the blade of the left foot, and I'm going to let the left thigh go to the floor, towards the floor. And with the help of both arms, I'm going to reach a little further down. Knee towards the ground. Then come to center, or bring the left foot back to the full pose. Bring your right foot to the floor. Right thigh towards the ground. Left knee towards the ground. You can wiggle as well. Or you can be still. And slowly release. Bring both feet to the floor. Take your arms to the side, palms to the sky. One at a time. Extend your legs to the corners of your mat. Take a deep breath through the nose and out through the mouth. Couple more times. Inhale. Exhale. From here, short relaxation, anything from 4 to 10 minutes. You can stay longer if you want. Try to do a minimum of 4 or 5 minutes. It takes some time for the nervous system, for the body to relax. So don't rush it. Allow the arms to rest, the legs to rest. Surrender to the movement of your breath. And allow your thoughts to come and go like clouds passing through the sky. Scan your body from head to toes and notice if there is any tension that you're holding. If you can, let it go and release it. If that tension is still there, just observe it. Don't judge it. Just become aware of it. And commit to be as still as you can till the end of your practice. No movement of your fingers, no movement of your head, no movement of your legs, your toes. Bring the attention to your belly. And as the body breathes itself, let your awareness sink into the movement of your belly. As you breathe in, the belly naturally rises. As you breathe naturally out, the belly falls. Inhaling to rise and exhale to fall. You don't have to you don't have to do anything for this to happen. Simply observe. And let your breath and the movement of your belly bring you into a nice and deep state of relaxation.